Updated minimum wage. Regulations go into effect tomorrow in the state of Pennsylvania. The new rules will protect workers who get, well, primarily tips. Here's Karen.
Well, we want to have you keep more of your money. That is the goal. Jocelyn Wright is joining us right now. First of all, let me just show everybody where our minimum wage is right now, because there's a huge disparity by state. So if you take a look in New Jersey right now, what our minimum wage is, it is in the, I think we have that little graphic there, 13 bucks an hour. Delaware is $10 an hour. In Pennsylvania, it is a measly $7, almost half of what you'd be making to have a minimum wage in New Jersey. So they're making some changes effective tomorrow, which is, as Lizzo would say, about something time. The number one, let's start with, they can't deduct, credit card fees. A lot of times restaurants, they don't like that and they pass that along. They can't take that out. If you're a server and you make 10 bucks in a tip, you should be getting all 10 bucks. They shouldn't be taking the credit card fees out.
Right. Typically, they would deduct it if you weren't giving cash. So now 100% of what you tip has to go to the server.
So let's explain what that looks like. Let's show you an illustration. So if this is your Good Day restaurant right there, and you have a $50 dinner and your tip is 10 bucks, before they would charge that $1.75 fee. So the servers would only be getting $8.25, which is not fair.
Right. And so this helps to write that. So what you intended the server to receive, they will get all of that.
And I think we have an illustration of that, which is, there you go. You get all $10. That's that new illustration. Right. So certainly that's going to be, because that's a lot of money and it certainly adds up. How about, we see this all the time when you go out. They'll have, a group table of like 6 people. We're all going to split the thing. So here we are. Hi, we're a good family. And they tell us that parties of 6 or more, they already add the gratuity, 15%, 20%. What a lot of us don't know is that not all of that may go to the servers. Some of that actually just goes right off the hop to the restaurant. So this is what we would see previously, your surf and turf steak before the automatic gratuity. This is the old regulation. So you think, oh, that 40 bucks is going to the server. Now they're showing you that there is a way to have where you had the additional tip that actually goes, there it is, the little red line, to the person that's giving you the service.
Right, and actually I think they should even say, because it still says additional server, sometimes that fee doesn't even go to the wait staff that you receive. So that will ensure that they are getting a tip that you intended for them to have.
Because that's what you think. Like, you think those people that are doing the work are getting it. Here's another change. Now, sometimes you have tip pooling. So everybody tips in, you pay out the bus people and whatever. Mm-hmm. But sometimes managers were getting a portion of that. There's a new rule where they cannot go into this pot unless they do all the work.
Right, so unless they seat you, bring your drinks, bring your food, and clean up afterwards, they cannot participate in the tip pool at all.
Which is great, because that really reduces it for people, for everybody, especially, when you're pooling it, the bus people aren't getting the tips unless they get cut out, at the end of the night.
Exactly.
So get their hands out of that pot. Also, one of the things that we all know, certainly for people who wait tables, was we used to have these really low minimum wages, and it's still there, but the trigger point is now higher. So what I'm saying is, so your minimum wage is $7.25, and it used to be, if you earned more than $30, then all of a sudden they could drop your minimum wage down to the $2 level.
Exactly.
What's the change right now?
So now, to ensure that you get the $7.25, unless you make more than $135 per month, which still seems so low, they can't reduce your wages.
I would be wishing that. I know how hard everyone works in service. We've all waited tables or bartended or hostess or done those jobs. I wish that would be for a week or something,
right,
or a night, for goodness sakes.
Exactly.
So I don't know if we have that one with that graphic is to what the trigger point is, but it's basically $100 more. So at least it gives us a little bit of effort there. But It'd be nice if Pennsylvania could raise that minimum wage overall for everybody.
Well, they're trying to get it to 15, but that's not going to happen overnight. So hopefully soon that will happen, so that, having a living wage, because, they work hard in serving the public.
Absolutely. We see that with some of the city contracts down at the airport and stuff, that they're mandating that. Or go work for some place that pays you $15 an hour. You got some options now. Jocelyn, thank you. Great work right there. We appreciate that.